All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome back to Keeney's Corner. Tell everyone your name and where you're from.
Sure. So my name is Brittany Faith. My last name is Primrose. I got married. Today's my anniversary.
Happy
And
anniversary.
thank you. But I usually go by Brittany Faith. And I am in Baltimore now, but I'm from New Jersey.
Really? What part of New Jersey?
South Jersey. So I grew up in Willingboro, which is not that far from Trenton, not that far from Cherry Hill. It's like in the middle, not far from Philly.
Very familiar. I used to live in South Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to teach in Willingboro. So when you said, I know exactly where. Yeah, I was a substitute teacher down there for about 3 or 4 years. I worked in Camden, just all over the South Jersey area. So very familiar with it. And I used to live in Baltimore.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
I was out in Baltimore County, out in Essex. I ain't gonna say no more. Yeah. So I want to jump right into it because I don't want to keep it. I know today was your anniversary. How did you come up with this business? Because I'm very fascinated by it. That's why I've been dying to talk to you. How did you come up with this business? Tell us the name of your business and how you came up with it.
Okay, sure. So the name of my business is Human Hair for What? So it is a question. Sometimes people are confused by the name, but it's a Human Hair for What ? And I started wearing synthetic wigs in, I would say like 2015, and I became obsessed with them just because I was able to change my hair as much as I wanted for less money, because before I was buying bundles, buying tracks, and getting sew-ins, which is costing me a fortune. So I went on YouTube and taught myself how to customize the wigs, just meaning making them more natural looking when you wear them, because with any kind of wig, whether it be human or synthetic, but since I sell synthetic, you have to really work on the lace, plucking the part, because when you get them, they're not ready to go. So I taught myself how to do that. And because I was wearing them so much and taking selfies and at work and everything, so many women were asking me who did my hair, or can I do their hair or do their wig or fix their wig up. So I started to sell wigs, and then my husband said, oh, you should turn this into a real business, like really make this a business. So that's basically how everything started. So my husband pushed me to turn it into a real business, and that's what I did. I was selling before, but not as serious as I was when I kind of started dating my husband. so yeah.
You got a good husband. That's good to hear, because mine's always pushing me to do stuff too. So when from the time you started wearing them to started selling them, how long did that go for you to start the business?
I would say maybe a couple of years, because I started wearing them in 2015. Like, I don't know, it was like the end of 2015, and then I didn't start to sell them until it was maybe like 2017. Maybe, because I didn't make an official business until about 2019. That's what I normally say, is that it's official, because I had the name change, because it was called something else before. Before it was called Faith Haven. Faith is my middle name, so it was Faith Haven Hair. And it was just a name I just came up with. It had no meaning, nothing to it. It was just something I just came up with. So I don't really count that. I just say that, once I got the name, God gave me the name. So once God gave me this name, that's when it really turned into like a real business, in my opinion. So it was like a couple of years after I started wearing them.
They're really nice. I used to, when I went, because I've been natural for couple of years, since like 2007, 2008. Then about 2 years ago, no, I'm gonna go back a little bit more than that. About 5 or 6 years ago, I started, because my daughter is a cosmetologist and a hairstylist and stuff, and she just started introducing me to wigs. So I was getting frustrated with my hair and everything. So I had a collection of wigs. Then menopause hit me hard. So I was at the point I was snatching wigs off. So then I was like, I'm either going to shave it. And she was like, no, let me lock it. I said, okay, but I still tuck this under and when I want to change up my style. But your stuff is amazing to me. That's why I wanted to talk to you. And I've seen so many people that I know who bought wigs from you who love them. So then when you get them, you style them before you sell them. How does that work?
Yes. So all of the wigs are manufactured, like they're factory made. They're not handmade. Some people think that I hand make them because of how I style them, but no, they're factory made. Thank you. And yeah, so I came up with the concept of selling the wigs ready to wear because a lot of women, I do get a lot of women who are coming from human hair wigs. Some of them have never worn wigs. And then there's some people who have worn wigs and just don't want to do the work. And they just find it easier to just buy from me because I already styled them. So yeah, so I style them and get them prepped and ready so that all the people have to do is just put them on their head and they don't have to do any more unless they want to. If they want to pluck it more or do more, then that's up to them. But I get them ready so that they're ready to wear when customers get them. So yeah.
Yeah, I've seen your stuff. And like I said, I've known people who bought things from me and they look really, really nice. What are some of the pros and cons of this business that you're doing?
I would say the pros is definitely making women feel good about themselves, feel confident again. I have a large audience as far as age, because I have women that are early 30s and then I have women that are over 55. So it really just, depends on who I'm selling to. But for the most part, everybody who buys from me always tells me the feedback is normally that they feel confident now or they feel better about themselves. And that's like one of the biggest pros. I can't even really express in words how good it makes me feel to make other women feel good about themselves, more confident, and so that's like one of the biggest pros and the most rewarding. Con, I would say the hardest thing is trying to get people who are not familiar with synthetic wigs to understand the expectations when it comes to synthetic wigs, because I don't get a lot of complaints, but I do have people that will complain about, oh, the wig tangles, or, I couldn't wear it for weeks. I'm like, the wig. So it's, and that's not necessarily on them. It's really on me, because it was my goal for this year actually is to do better with educating the people that are in my tribe and people that shop from me, because I've been wearing synthetic wigs for a long time. The expectation of tangling is there for me, and I know how to deal with it. And I think that's like, as far as this business, that's one of the cons, is like people having higher expectations for the wigs than they really should. But I would say but it's something that just needs to be worked on my end. It's not necessarily, their fault.
You have a lot of great stuff. Is it hard for you to keep up with inventory?
No. No. So my platform is Shopify. That's where my website is hosted. And the way that I keep track of inventory is pretty easy. When the inventory comes in, I'm putting it onto the website. And as the people buy it, I'm just keeping track, like, okay, I got this many left. And so everything is pretty organized on the website side. And I'm working more, since the business is growing, my husband and I are working on methods on how to keep inventory in stock, because that's one of the complaints I get, is that I sell out so fast.
That's why I was asking about the inventory. Yeah, because you have some great stuff. I'm like, I know it's your inventory got to be going fast.
Yeah, so that's definitely something people comment on.
So do you have a hard time now? I know this would be hard for me. Do you have a hard time deciding, maybe I should keep this for myself, or do you get enough to keep one for yourself and then sell the rest?
Yeah, I do have a hard time. It depends, especially like, cause most of the time when the inventory comes in, I'm looking at it for quality assurance purposes, but I'm not actually trying the wigs on until I go live.
Okay.
So when I go live is when I'm trying them on, and then I'm putting them on like, oh, this is cute for me. This would be cute for me to keep. So sometimes I'm thinking, let me just go onto the website and just take one off for myself. But I try not to do that. So it is difficult, but I try not to do that. So
Yes, you always rock them so well. So what are your goals now for Human Hair for What? Like, are you going to be adding the different things, accessories? Like, what are your goals for 2022 or going forward for your business?
Well, I would say one of my biggest goals is to, I think, show up more for the people who that are part of my um, tribe following or what have you, because I would like to educate people more on the option of synthetic wigs. I know a lot of people like may look at me and think that I'm against human hair wigs, and I'm not. So I just want women to know that there's another option. So one of my goals for 2022 is really to educate people on like, hey, synthetic wigs are out here. This is what they could do. This is, something else that you could wear, utilize instead of having to buy a human hair wig. And then I am also trying to add my own products like shampoo. I already have the tangling spray, but I'm trying to add other products. Definitely things for maintenance of the wigs, trying to add more products like that, like the brushes, because I use the same kind of brush, but I want to get my own brush. There's just things I want to add so that people don't have to go anywhere except for just on my website, because the last couple of years has been a focus on just wigs, and I kind of want to expand as far as the products that I'm offering, because there's a lot that goes into wearing a synthetic wig, and yeah, so I just have have things that I kind of want to expand on. So, so yeah. And I just hired my first employee. So I'm
Nice.
really excited about
Congratulations. I was going to ask you about that because I'm going to say, I
yeah.
see it's growing quite a bit. Good.
Yes, definitely.
Nice. I know before COVID or whatever, did you ever do like pop-up shops and things like that? Or you just sold stuff directly from your website?
A couple of years ago, I was doing like vendor events just
Mm-hmm.
to get my name out there, and but I haven't, even before COVID. I had kind of stopped doing it, and it was just solely focused on doing online. And in the beginning of 2020, the business grew. No, end of 2020, the business grew a lot, and then the beginning of 2021, it took off a lot because I started to do social media ads. So it really has been primarily just online. I don't mind doing in person. Like, I guess after things hopefully will eventually calm down, I don't mind doing things in person, because I do like, being around people and talking to people face to face. But primarily everybody just finds me online on my website or on social media.
Have you ever done like some one-on-one consultations? Because I've seen some women that wear wigs, and I want to say so bad, why do you look like you're going to rob a bank instead of you looking like a fly girl? I was like, is she going out or is she going to rob a bank? Because I know when I see your wigs, and I've seen a few other, people with their wigs, and they looking really nice. And then she has this, and she looks so young. I said, I want to send her to you so bad. Because she always looks like she's going to rob a bank. I'm like, why she got that wig on like that? So do you do like one-on-one consultations, or you haven't done that yet?
I've never done them, but I'm okay with doing them if people ask. I do get questions, I guess, in my inbox about wigs, but I never have anybody say like, hey, can I talk to you on Zoom? Can I FaceTime you or anything? But I'll be fine with that. I really don't mind helping people at all when it comes to wigs. I don't want people looking crazy. I don't want people feeling uncomfortable in wigs, because you can tell on both sides when it looks crazy and then you feel crazy. It's just but I've never done it, but I would do it. Like, I would definitely offer it, and it's something I could probably add to my website. People, are interested in talking to
I've
me.
seen a bunch of them. It's I think one of your customers who I'm friends with, and she always looks nice when she wears yours or whatever she wears. But it's another one that I'm like, I gotta send her to Brittani. Because she's a very nice young lady. But every time I see her when she do her lives and stuff, I'm like, oh God, is she going to rob a bank? Like, what is going on here? So thank you so much, Brittani. Now tell everyone how they can reach you on all your social media, your websites and everything. Tell us.
Okay, sure. So my website is www.humanhairforwhat.com. And then my Instagram handle is Human Hair for What. My Facebook page is Human Hair for What ? And then I have a personal page too, and people add me on there too, which is fine. And on there is Brittani Ramsey. That's my maiden name, but it will be going back to Brittany Primrose. So so yeah, but you guys can follow me all on the social media platforms, and then my website, it takes all forms of payment. So if you're interested in shopping, it takes everything: cards, PayPal, what have you. So
Thank you
yes.
so much. It was so good to finally talk to you. Now I can check you off my goals because I've been trying to I gotta get her for months, for months. So thank you so much, Brittany. It was really nice talking to you.
Oh, nice talking to you too. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I really
You're
appreciate it.
welcome. All right. Enjoy your anniversary. I didn't know today was your anniversary. Enjoy your anniversary, girl.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much.
Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.